Hey guys, it's Jane. Tomorrow it's May. I'm a little bit excited about that. May Day. And apart from, dancing around maypoles, it's the beginning of Chick Lit-a-thon. Chick Lit-a-thon is a set of reading challenges for the month of May, thought up by Sophie from All Things Equilateral. It's also being co-hosted by Jen from Jen Talks About Audiobooks and Lisa from Books and Smiles. So I am actually not a super big chick lit reader, although I do dabble at times, but it's been a monstrous month for me. I've had 3 members of my immediate family in hospital. I've had all sorts of other dramas that I'm not going to go into, and my brain is fried, quite frankly. And so when I saw on Twitter that there was this Chick Lit-a-thon being bruited about, I thought that is what I need right now. Some nonsense, some enjoyable nonsense. So I have got a TBR for you today. I'll run through what the challenges are. I'll tell you my TBR. If anybody wants to join in, feel free. And then I'll check in at the end of the month and see how I've gone. So there were 5 challenges. The first is a book with pink on the cover. The second is a book with music in the plot in some way. The third is an older chick lit book that you've been meaning to read but haven't got around to. So I've got something that I think kind of counts, but it's not like I've really been hanging out to read it. It's just I've been aware of it for some time. But yeah, we'll get there. Number 4 is a book from a prolific author who has books that you haven't read. And the 5th is a more serious chick lit or women's fiction read. So this is what I've picked out for my TBR. The first book that I've chosen is The Secret Dream World of a Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella. This was published in the year 2000. Sophie Kinsella is sort of, I don't think I've actually ever read a Sophie Kinsella book, but in my mind, she is the kind of quintessential chick lit author. So I've picked a book of hers that's older and that I haven't read and that has pink on the cover. So, that's 3 challenges knocked off in one book. So that does well. I had to really look around for a book that I was interested in, that was available, that had music, but I feel like I've done well. I have borrowed Cherry Bomb by Jenny Valentish from the library. This is an Australian author. It's not that old of a book, and it's kind of got sort of a rock chick as the main protagonist, so I'm looking forward to that. And for my more serious read, I have chosen, I think, it looks to me, the cover looks to me slightly more serious than some of the others. Standard Deviation by Katherine Heine. So those are my 3 books to cover the 5 challenges. But because 3 books doesn't really make a readathon, I've got some other picks as well that I'm just shoving in there. 666 Park Avenue by Gabriella Pierce. I don't even know. That is such a great title, 666 Park Avenue. It's so evocative. Plus, according to the blurb, the main character's name is Jane, so I'm there. I'm there for that one. Then we have Not Meeting Mr. Right by Anita Hesse. I struggle to know how to do that particular vowel. Anita Hesse is, I think I'm just going to go with Hesse. Anita Hesse is an Australian author. She's actually an Aboriginal woman author. She writes a whole bunch of academic stuff as well as chick lit, and she always has Indigenous characters. And I've read one of them before. I read Titus a few years ago, but as I said, chick lit isn't really my bread and butter, but I thought if I'm going to do a chick lit-a-thon, I'm going to read another Anita Hesse. So there's that. I also have, comfort reads, Jane Austen, but sadly there is only so much Jane Austen, and so I have got Jane Austen Ruined My Life by Beth Patillo, because that sounds obvious. That's an obvious pick. And my final one that I've got on my TBR is a collection of short stories, Austenistan, which is brand new out this year. It's a collection edited by Lilene Sequeira, who is the founder of the Jane Austen Society of Pakistan. And these stories are set in the subcontinent, and they are investigations of Jane Austen adjacent themes, I think mostly in contemporary India or Pakistan, and I'm really excited by that idea. So that's it. That's what I've got for my TBR. If anybody's read any of these, I'd love to hear what your thoughts were. If you want to join in the readathon, I'll link to Sophie's video where she launches it. Hope you're all well. I'll talk to you later. Bye.